I'm Melody Martinsen. My husband and I own the Choteau Acantha, which is the small weekly newspaper that serves our community and our county. We're not on Main Street, but we're definitely a Main Street business. We take very seriously our role in a representative democracy, where we believe that we need to give the citizens of Choteau and Teton County the ability to make wise decisions as they govern themselves, and we do that by covering our community down to the minutia. We're at the school board meetings, we're at the city council meetings, we're at the county commissioners meetings, we're also at all the big events, the 4-H fairs, the 4th of July, and we just really believe that by having a dynamic, aggressive weekly newspaper that our community gets good information about what's happening at a local level, and that helps our citizens make better decisions as they govern themselves. And we also think that we cover the history of our community as it happens from day to day. So my husband and I purchased the Acantha in 1990, which was just before the explosion of the internet began taking off in the mid to late 1990s. So we've been here from pre-digital era through digital era, and we've seen lots of changes in our community, not all of which are tied to the digital era, but some of which are. It takes a certain amount of tenacity and trade-offs to be an entrepreneur in a small community like this, because on the one hand, you know at the outset that you're not going to have a large population base to draw on for your business, whatever that business is, whether it's selling farm implements or publishing a weekly newspaper or being a local financial service provider or an insurance salesperson or the local hospital. So it takes a little bit of grit just to commit to working in a small community. That said, there are huge positives that might offset how hard you're going to have to work to be an entrepreneur here, and those are things like classrooms with a 15-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, violent crime rate that is almost non-existent in our community, clean air, clean water. It's the kind of community where you can still send your kids out the door to go downtown, to go to the swimming pool, or to go to the city park. In the winter, there's all sorts of recreation. There's hunting, there's fishing, there's hiking. We have beautiful Helena, Lewis, and Clark National Forest, just 25 to 30 miles to the west of here, all up and down the front. So there are some intrinsic lifestyle benefits that you may not be able to get in a different place. So those are big pluses on why you'd want to come here and why you'd want to live here and work here. That being said, you might have to work a little harder here to make a living at your profession than you would have to somewhere else where there's a larger population. Choteau has gone through a number of different economic ups and downs over the past 30 years. We've seen, largely farm and ranch consolidation. So instead of having like 5 implement dealers in town, we have 1 now. Ranches are bigger, families still run them, but it takes fewer people to do the work. We went through an oil boom in the 1970s, seismograph testing, and that brought a lot of money in, but then that flowed back out when none of those tests proved to be particularly effective. Later on, we have had the gradual impacts of a declining population because kids go to school here and then they leave to find jobs elsewhere. We really want to encourage those kids to bring those jobs back home. And one of the cool things about the digital age is that telecommuting is now a thing. And Choteau right now has a solid digital infrastructure, internet infrastructure that's only getting better. There's a project in town right now, you've probably seen it, every alley in the city is being torn up to put fiber optic cable to every house and every business. I'm thinking that the future of Choteau right now is more based on lifestyle that you can have here and a job that you can bring here. We're a ways away from places where you can ship things easily. We're not on an interstate. If you have a small manufacturing business, that would probably weigh on your mind. But service providers are here, and niche businesses that can find something special that you cannot buy on Amazon. You can buy kitty litter on Amazon. You can buy almost anything. There are things, unique things that you can't get on Amazon, and you certainly can't get services like chiropractic or physical therapy or hair care on the internet. So I see a real mix of service and telecommuting sorts of jobs as being a potentially good fit for Choteau in the future. There are 5 to 7 big growth counties out of the 56 total, and the rest of us are either staying, maintaining or declining. And so efforts to get the word out about what small town community living can offer are very important for these small communities because we really do have some pretty amazing things to offer, especially for people that want